What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing? And today we're gonna talk about the Weeknd's new album that just dropped called Starboy. Now, I've been looking forward to this album probably since it was announced, because I'm just after the Weeknd's last project, I mean, he's always made great projects, but after that one, I'm kind of like wanting more after him dropping that one. So with this, his last project came out last year, so it's great that he freaking came back and dropped something a year later when really he didn't have to. But nonetheless, this project was dope. Now, there's a lot of songs I want to break out and just talk about, but I'm not trying to get that deep into it. I have my phone because I was setting up different notes and things, because there's a lot that I was going through and when I was listening to this, just different points I want to make and talk about certain tracks of this album. Now, when I first listened to it, and I'm like, 18 songs, that's a lot. That's a lot of songs to listen to. If you're a hardcore Weeknd fan, hey, great, more power to you. But for me, it was a bit too much. But for me, it cleared up as I listened to the songs more and more and looked at the lyrics and got an understanding of what every song was about. It made me stop thinking, okay, that's a lot of songs to digest, and more thinking of yeah, this is perfect, by just listening to the lyrics and understanding everything. Now, I gotta say, one of the things I love the sound of this album. It's not an album that was just thrown together, which you never get that from The Weeknd. But I'm glad he's not like an artist where he gets this track and that track and just throws it all into the album and sells it to you. It sounds like these songs all had a purpose. They all sound great together. They were organized amazingly. I gotta love that. Another thing, I'm big on collaborations. The collaborations fit perfectly. Kendrick featuring, which was dope. Even the song they were on, where it's talking about it took, no matter how you got to where you are, it took going on the sidewalks and you got there. It was dope. Lana Del Rey, she did dope on the interlude, and just everything. I'm not big on Future. I don't really care for Future, but Future killed it on his verse, and the whole meaning and just everything. I love this album. We're gonna jump into some tracks and my thoughts on this a little bit more. I'm gonna cheat, guys. I'm looking at my phone and I'm gonna go off some points. One of the songs, for example, Party Monster, I thought was interesting because he talks about, the girl needs to understand him, because this album was really about sex and love and just The Weeknd not trying to be used by some girl hiding secrets. And him just wanting to use a girl. It's interesting, I'll say. So Party Monster, of course, he's talking about The Weeknd, and he says how he needs a girl to understand what comes with being with him, essentially, where it comes with the partying, the drinking, the sex, and that's what the girl can expect being with him. Another thing with this, The Weeknd makes these references or something to me, I feel like The Weeknd isn't happy being famous. Granted, of course he wasn't always like that. He recently got, he was on the Forbes, 15, the newcomers list, because he killed it last year. He's not looking forward to being this famous, and he wishes he can trade it. In a song called Ordinary Life on the album, he says that, he would trade this. He's not interested in it. Yeah, he can buy, the cars that you see him in, buys his mother a house, different things, but he's not happy with it, and he'll trade it up to have an ordinary life, which I find interesting. And he makes references in that, in this album, and I feel in past songs, I feel I get that feeling from The Weeknd, where he wants a regular life. Next, I gotta say, was Secrets. Secrets was interesting to me, and it was interesting to the fact that I envision in my head he's with a girl, and for example, as they're going to bed or something, she's sleep talking and saying someone else's name because he feels like she's unfaithful to him, and it's just interesting because throughout the song and then to the end, he's then we have to be divided and be apart, and it's interesting. It's interesting, the visuals I got when I was listening to the lyrics and and the sound and just everything that he's given to you. It was dope. I really enjoyed this album. Like the other one, the song "Love to Lay," where he's finding out well, a lot of girls just want occasional sex with them, and they're not looking to have that deep relationship or that love that he's looking for. Which is also interesting because it sounds like The Weeknd's not looking for that either. Like, he doesn't know what he wants, as you hear certain songs on this album as well. So it's strange to me how, in one hand, you know, this girl loves to lay around, loves to have occasional one-night stands, and The Weeknd wants love one day and the next day doesn't. So it's just interesting to me, and you know, he learns the hard way in Love to Lay because she's with other guys. So it's just interesting to me. Definitely some of the songs, of course The Weeknd, he always, to me, has like a Michael Jackson-ish sound. And in two songs, at least to me, he made that apparent, where in a song called A Lonely Night, definitely felt a lot of Michael in that. And essentially what Lonely Night was him calling a girl for a one-night stand because he was having a lonely night. And then she's catching feelings and he doesn't want to be a part of it, he wants them to be a part. And it's just interesting. Like, again, you're hearing different things. Like, he's confused is what I'm getting from this album. From what feeling like he doesn't want this girl hiding secrets and he wants to find a relationship, but at the same time he doesn't. And I know he recently broke up with his girlfriend Bella Abid, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's just all interesting to me. The song A Lonely Night sounded very Michael Jackson-ish. Another one was Never Feel It Coming, gave me that Michael Jackson vibe as well. Overall, like, this album was dope. As I was listening to this and just digesting everything that was being said and the music and just the vibe and the feeling he gave you, it was dope. Like, it's nonetheless definitely an album that you have to check out if you're not a Weeknd fan. I feel like you'll like it. It's a great body of work, which then leads me into talking about my top 3 songs. You guys are gonna have to listen to the album to get an understanding of what I got from this, because it's definitely worth checking out. So with that being said, let's hop into my top 3 songs so we can get into that. So my top 3 songs would have to be Sidewalks featuring Kendrick, Lamar, Rockin, and True Colors. Definitely, there's a lot of good songs on it, but I had to go with those ones. Definitely Kendrick, of course, Kendrick's my dude. I had to side with that, and plus it was a great collaboration. True Colors I loved. Like, a lot of these songs are great. Like, I couldn't pick a bad song in this. Which leads me into my next thing with, I gotta give this album a 10. Like, without a doubt, I feel like The Weeknd shot this album out of the park in my opinion. Like, it was great. If you haven't heard it, check it out on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music from, check it out. It's worth a listen to in my opinion. If you're listening to it, tell me your thoughts. What do you feel? What are your top songs? What do you rate this album to be? Like, I'm not gonna go in with the whole, like, oh, is this better than this last project thing. I'm just talking about this album by itself. It was dope, worth a listen to. With that being said, more reviews coming your way. I can't wait for Childish Gambino. That is definitely happening for a review. With that being said, any thoughts, comments, all that fun stuff, hit that comment button down below and tell me what you think. With that being said, guys, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.